Hi my peepers, this is Shalene of the Color and Book Nook, and today we are going to start on an Evermoment. This is Naughty Frog. This is a double-sided adhesive. I did take off the white release paper and covered it with my parchment paper squares. And everything is really clear to understand. So now I couldn't kit up because I need more of these. I don't have enough in here for this whole kit, so I'll probably just put in a few until I can free up one of my other ones. So let's get started. 301. So yeah, this will probably take me a while just trying to find the colors I need, but that's okay. We can sit here and chat. 301. So I wanted to let you guys know what was going on. I have so much to tell you today. So my stress and anxiety was a little bit better today. $301. Here we go. $301. So what I will do is I will just end up putting it in a plastic bag for now. So they've been putting up new lines down our roads. I didn't know if they were putting in new telephone lines or what. So yesterday and the day before we'd been watching them, and I wanted to ask them what they were doing, but the truck is so loud I didn't know if they would hear me, so I didn't bother them. But today my husband did. And so when they were in front of our driveway, he went out and asked them what lines they were putting in, and they put in new fiber optic lines for Spectrum Internet, which means I now will be having awesome internet. This internet I have will be going, because right now I have Exceed / Viasat satellite internet, and it's constantly going out. I have not been able to do a live stream in 2 months because it doesn't let me. It's been taking 2 to 3 hours to upload videos sometimes. I have not been able to hardly watch anything on my smart TV, and it's not unlimited. I get 150 gigs a month, which most of the time I only use half of that, but that's not the point. So, and I pay $90 a month. It's $89.90 some cents, so $90. So as soon as they tell me I can order it, I can order it, because I don't have a contract anymore with my internet company. Okay, these are squares. Oh, and I gotta show you, I have a new pen. It just came in the mailbox. This is through Enablers Outpost. Yeah, Enablers Outpost. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? It's called Rachel's Galaxy. Yeah. And it came with a single placer and another placer, but it wouldn't stay in, it kept falling out on here, but that's okay because I have other ones. And I will change the tip on this because I have 4 everlasting tips. Is that what they're called? So I will probably put that on instead. But isn't that really pretty? Yep. Lots of it looks like gold foil in there. So that's what I'm using now. It feels good in my hand. So I thought I would try it. And I'm just using the wax that came in this kit for now. I'm a little bit slower when I do the squares. And I don't see any little knobbly bits on the sides of the squares. Hopefully the dog will be quiet so you won't hear her bark. So yeah, I am so excited about the internet. I have been bothering our phone company for years to please put down new fiber optic lines down our road. And I've been calling them since 2007. And in 2007, they told me I would have it the following year. Well, this is now 2020, and I still don't have it. It's the internet that my son has, my son Dylan, that I babysit. His kids I babysit. They have had it, but I don't. So he's really upset that I now have it through Spectrum because he would like Spectrum internet instead of what he does have. So you guys will be seeing me more. I will be able to do my Sunday night live streams, and I'm thinking, since I won't be babysitting for a while, that I can start just doing some impromptu live streams when, I'll check to see if anybody else is live streaming, and if nobody is, then I will go on. Okay, now 3:10. It's 9:39. Let's see, there's 3:10. So yeah, all of you that have been following me for years know how much I hate my internet. I've been complaining about it for years. And sometimes I can't even go into your live streams because of the internet. So yeah, I'm excited. So Monday was, I need my tweezers. Where'd they go? I had them. They were right here. Where'd those tweezers go to? They're hiding. There they are. Because here's one of those 301s. Anyways, the last time I did a WIP and chat was on Monday. Today is Thursday. I am so sorry I did not do anymore. I have had some anxiety going on and stress, and I'm hoping after tomorrow night it'll get a little bit better. So Monday night I had to take Ruby to the vet. So I explained that the flea medicine wasn't working. She had a lump on her stomach. She had pulled all the fur off her belly. Trust me, I'm more calm now than I have been. I've been crying and shit a lot. So just bear with me. So I made Dylan go with me because of my anxiety and having to sit in the car while you're at the vet's. Well, I got there, I told them I was in the parking lot, and they told me I could come in. So Dylan said he would sit in the car and wait for us. So he sat in the car, and I proceeded to put on my mask, and I went in. And I only had to wait a couple minutes, and they called me in the room, and they checked her for fleas. They did not find any fleas on her. So maybe the flea medicine was working. She is not allergic to the flea medicine because it wasn't on her neck where you put the medicine. What has happened, and yes, I do sound calm right now. I wasn't. And I wasn't most of today, but I did get some better news. Anyways, so my vet is like one of the best vets around in the area, and I have been going to her for years. She is never judgmental. She always is always very nice. She will give you pros and cons for anything, and if you she'll give you options, and when you ask her what she really thinks I should do, she's always honest. So, and she has another vet that works with her now who I absolutely love. His name is Bruce. I don't remember his last name, but they call him Dr. Bruce, and I met him a few years ago. Absolutely love him too. He's got a really nice personality, very friendly. So she checked Ruby over, and Ruby has a tumor, and that's why her belly was bare, because of the tumor. She has cancer, but they can take the tumor out. So they said first we had to do x-rays and blood work if I wanted that. Otherwise, if we let this go, she only has 3 to 6 months. Yeah, that was not what I wanted to hear. And trust me, I was not this calm when they were talking to me. I was very, very upset. Sorry, let me calm down a minute. Anyways, they ran the x-rays, and she brought the x-rays back into me, and she said, and this is the main vet, she's the one that owns this vet office. So Dr. K says when they did the x-rays, she also consulted with Dr. Bruce, who I also very much appreciated. He's very good. And they said it has not spread. It doesn't mean it hasn't. It's just there is nothing showing up in her lungs or anywhere else, which is a very good thing. So they said it would take 2 days for me to know about her blood work. And I said, okay. So they would email me the estimate on surgery. And, discuss it with Scott. Do we want to pay for the surgery? Do we want to go that route? Which I didn't know how Scott would feel about that, because my not babysitting and, with the way things are. So I talked to him and he said, absolutely, we'll do the surgeries, if the blood work comes back okay. So yesterday I did call, what did I call? No, I called Tuesday to schedule the surgery, and they are so booked up, they said they couldn't get me in till the 26th. And I said, but that's 2 weeks away. She has cancer. I don't know if she can wait 2 weeks because I don't know how fast this spreads. So the receptionist said, when the blood work comes in and Dr. K will look at it, she will let me know if Ruby can wait the 2 weeks or not. So they called today. Dr. Bruce called this morning and said her blood work came in. Everything is perfect. There's nothing wrong besides the cancer. But she's healthy other than that. They asked how she's been. I said she's still really, really lovey. She eats every meal. She hasn't acted any different except for she's a little bit uncomfortable on her stomach. And he said, okay. And I said, but I can't get her until the 26th because you guys are so busy. And he said, yeah. He says, since the pandemic, the vet's office has been crazy. And I couldn't figure out why it would be any different. But then Scott reminded me, well, it's because more people went, and their home, they went and adopted animals, because I know a lot of the places, they're out of pets for adoption. And I hope that when people do go back to work and things go back to, they'll probably never be normal, but as normal as can be, that they keep their pets and they don't put them back up for adoption. That's my worst fear. Cool. Wasn't many 310s. So he said that he would talk to Dr. K and see what she thinks and if Ruby can wait till the 26th. So while this is all going on, my mom calls me, and I'll talk about that afterwards, but I would have gone to go sit with my mom, but I really had to wait for the vet's office to call me back. So the vet's office called me back and said that they will take Ruby tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. So I have some relief, but you always worry about your pets. They're like your kids. 319. Whatever 319 is. I know. I should have gone through these before, but I know you guys don't care that I'm looking for the numbers. $319. Let's see. $319. So yeah, Ruby will go in for surgery tomorrow morning. So I feel a little better that I didn't have to wait the 2 weeks. I'm still a nervous wreck, but not as bad as I was. You know, if she acted sick, that would be a different story, but she doesn't act sick, which is probably why her blood work all came back great. Okay. So while waiting for that call, my mom calls me. And the ambulance had taken my dad to the hospital. But we can't go in the hospital. So my mom couldn't go, and I didn't go because we can't go in the hospital. We think he's dehydrated because that's how he's acting. She's had a hard time waking him up, and he's disoriented. He thought today was Monday, it's Thursday. Then he said something about he had breakfast, and my mom said, "No, you didn't. I couldn't wake you up." His nurse came today. She's a home aide that comes and helps, my parents clean, and she gives my dad his shower. She helps take care of my dad. And she comes, I think, twice a week. And she's paid for through the VA, as my dad was in the Marines. And just trying to find this symbol. So the way he's acting, it sounds like he is dehydrated. That happened to Scott's dad one night when we were over at his parents' house when they were still alive. His dad did that one night when we were over there. And so I told Mom, well, I hope that the hospital's going to call you and ask you questions, because Dad's not telling them the right things, since he thinks today's Monday. And he told my mom he had breakfast, and my mom's like, "No, you did not, because I couldn't wake you up." So she said yes, they called her, which is good. They've called her a couple times already today. So it's just been one of those weeks. This Sunday my dad had a bad day, and my sister ended up going over. So we'll see. Can use some prayers though. Ruby needs prayers. My dad needs prayers. I finally got my sugar numbers down. Now I understand when they say that stress and anxiety affects your sugar. Yeah, because I've been eating right. I have been eating the same way I have been for the past couple months, and my sugar numbers were going up, and I'm like, that's not right. But they say they will go up with stress and anxiety, and I have been taking anxiety pills, which I don't normally take them unless I go into like a restaurant or something. And I was taking them 3 times a day, which I am allowed to take them 3 times a day. But yeah, I'll be fine. We got to get through this week with the Ruby. At least I'm not babysitting, so I can take care of my Miss Ruby and keep an eye on her when she comes out of surgery. I'm hoping I'll have to see if Dylan has plans tomorrow. Maybe he can go with me to the vet again when I pick her up. I need to move this one just a little bit. Can I slide it? This canvas is really sticky. I have never done an Evermoment, and I have never done a double-sided adhesive, so I wasn't sure if I would like it, but so far I do. And they're squares, which you guys know I love my squares. And some of these symbols, you know, they're the same color. So I hope that your guys' week is all better than mine has been. I went to go to Food Link yesterday, and it was at the high school where I graduated. So I got into line for it, and I was at the end of the line, and the line was so long. I am like, are you kidding me? I've gone to the Food Link, 3 times now? I've never seen that many people. So I called my mom, because she was going to be there. And I said, so where in line are you? And she says, I'm not. She goes, I went to get in line and I saw how long that line was and I left. It said, okay. She said that when it was at one of the other schools, that they ran out of food in 15 minutes because there was that many people. So I got off the phone with her and I'm sitting there going, and I'm looking behind me and all the people that are in line, and I'm like, oh, forget this. I don't need the food that bad. There's people that are out of jobs with kids that need the food more than I do, because the food's free. It's all food that's like expiring really soon, or it might have expired that day, that came from all the local restaurants, grocery stores. So I said, I'm just going to go. So since I'm already in the town where my parents live, I went and visited them. And my dad was real quiet. So I went and visited with them for a little bit. Okay, do I need this symbol? Yep, 320. 320. I'm looking for 320. So, yep, that's everything going on. So then I was talking to Scott and I said, well, since the cable company came down our road, if they're going to offer us the TV, do you want the TV package too? And he says, no, let's keep Dish. And I'm like, that makes no sense because we pay a lot of money for having Dish Network. And when it's storming out, it goes out. And it doesn't stay out for long, but it's not as bad as my internet. So, I'm like, I don't know. I think it would be cheaper doing a bundle. Because I would not. Okay, I need number 5. If it was me, I would just use the internet and use my smart TV with the apps because we have Netflix and we have Sling and Hulu, and all of that's because of Dylan. I pay for Netflix. Dylan pays for Sling and Hulu, and he has Disney free for a year, which is coming up. And so I share my Netflix with them, and he shares the other with me. So if it was up to me, I wouldn't even get the cable TV. But Scott's TV is not a smart TV, and Scott is not tech savvy. I have tried showing him how to use my 2 smart TVs, and it's too confusing for him. So, he's like, no, I like my Dish. Well, I might be able to change his mind and get cable, because that will still be easier for him. But he does need a new TV. He says the sound is going in his. And I don't even know if you can get a TV that's not a smart TV anymore. But I told him his best bet is a smart TV. And then he can watch all that stuff. He's just not tech savvy. Okay, I think that was it for the number 5. Where'd that bag go? So, guess what I will be doing for the next couple of weeks is just trying to binge watch everything I can that's on the DVR. Just in case we do get rid of Dish. I have a ton of Hallmark movies on there. And that's the other thing. I would either have to pay. I don't know if Hallmark. I know they have an app, but I get it free because I have Dish. But I don't know if I can pay for it separate. But I do know since Dylan has Sling that I can add the Hallmark with all 3 or 5 Hallmark channels. I think there's 3 for $5 a month. And I would tell Dylan I'll pay that $5 a month because I love my Hallmark. Okay, the star. Is there a star? Yep, 367. And right now I am into HGTV. So far, I like the squares. I did not find any yucky stuff on the ones already, little little tiddly bits on the sides, and they said that they use resin diamonds. And Evermoment says that resin diamonds they're 2 times more expensive, and they have more shine, weight, and elegant in the good light, and they have less defective diamonds. Oh no, wait a minute. Resin diamonds. The price of diamonds or diamond paint you buy is 2 times more expensive than others, having defective diamonds and more shine and weight and elegant in the good light. Acrylic diamonds, the price is half cheap than others, almost having no defective diamonds, some having small holes in the flat bottom, less shine and weight, and not very good quality. So I guess they use resin. Okay, just a little bit more information on these. Because I want to keep you informed on what I think. And I will do a post review when this is done. I'm not in a hurry to finish this, because right now I'm trying to finish Mona from Diamond Art Club. But today I wanted to start this just to show you what I thought about Evermoment. And so far from my experience of just this little bit, I am impressed. Okay, the star. So I will be, give me a couple weeks to get caught up on the DVR, just in case we do cancel Dish. And then I will get back to watching everybody's videos and live streams. I can go in people's live streams without issues. I can upload faster my videos. Can you tell I'm excited? I mean, I really, really am. I know you guys are all going, we've had that for years. Yeah. And you can ask Catherine and Lisa. I'm really not that far out in the boonies. I have a whole bunch of neighbors. We're just not right on top of each other. I don't see any more of the star. Any more stars? So then I told Scott, you know, I want to get my nails done, but I hate asking Scott for money. And now that he's paying for Ruby's surgery, which is not cheap, I don't want to ask him for more money. So my son Dylan texted me yesterday and said, go get your nails done. I deposited money into your checking account so you can get your nails done. The little shit. Like, you have 2 boys and Amber's not working and having an income coming in right now. Do not worry about my nails. And he told me shut up. So I said thank you. So this morning I called for my appointment. I also did it for my eyebrows because they're like really bad, and I can pluck them, but they don't look as nice as when they're done at the salon. So I called and I asked to make an appointment with Taylor who's the one that has always done my eyes, my eyebrows, my nails, and my hair. And Taylor no longer works there. It's not a bit, nothing happened. She just is doing something else, and no hard feelings. And they'll tell me when I get there because it's a long story, they said. I'm like, okay, well, they don't really need to tell me why, but so they said, do you care who does your nails? And I said, nope. So I now have, I think they said Teresa's doing it. And I said, I can do any day and any time because I'm not babysitting right now. So my appointment is, where was that star? Is next Wednesday. Where did that star go? Right there. I should have done all of this symbol because that's all over the place. Should have done that symbol first. Probably would have made it easier to find this symbols, all the other ones. So I now have a new person to take care of me at the salon. Okay. See, now these look crooked. Can I move them around? I know they said that they'll click in better once you get them around. They'll click into place when you put the other ones next to them. I don't see any more. So, yeah, I'll do that next Wednesday morning. Plus, I did get a check for $35 from one of my charge cards that had been closed. It was closed last year, and I still had, I guess, extra money on it or something, so they sent that to me. See, I knew I'd find another star. Oh well, I'm gonna go in and do this color because that's like the 310s you usually fill all in. That's number 700, and I know I just saw those were all over in here. Is it this one? Where did I see all those 700s? Right there. 700. So, yep. Excited for the internet. And I'm so happy that Ruby can get the surgery tomorrow instead of waiting 2 weeks. And, you know, it's cancer, so anything could happen. I already know that, but I still feel a little better that she could get in. Am I nervous about it? Oh, absolutely. I mean, like, it's surgery. Anything can go wrong. You know, and when they get her open, maybe they'll find that it has spread and it's not showing up on the x-ray, because it is also a possibility. I'm not going in with this going, yep, and then she'll be completely all better, because we don't know that. Okay, I'm going to do the checkerboard because they are squares. Okay, so what else has gone on this week? Nothing. Nothing. Scott's working this weekend again. He said today, I am starting to get really tired. I said, that's because of all the overtime you're putting in. I said, and you need a vacation. Although he had 6 months off. 6 months he was out of work. First it was because they were slow, and then because of the pandemic. So that's another reason why he's been putting in as much overtime, is because I don't have money coming in. And his place of business will be closing. And he still needs to have a new job. So right now he's just making as much money as he can. And then he can work on paying off Ruby's surgery. You know, if she was older, I probably wouldn't bother. But she's only 10, and my cats usually live to be 16, 17 years old. Right now, that's how old Outsider and Rascal are. They are 16. Outsider, you can tell. But Rascal, you can't. And my dogs have always died of old age, usually around 12 years old, because I always have German Shepherd mixes, and the German Shepherds and Rottweilers usually is around 12. And Molly, she was 14. I just am wondering if Molly was older than what the animal control place thought. Because when she passed away and the vets had run, they did an x-ray and they did all the blood work, and they found nothing wrong with her. She just stopped eating. I'm wondering if maybe she was older than we thought. I mean, 14 is, that's still a good age for a cat. But she was an indoor cat, so they usually live longer. That's what I told the vet, I've already lost one cat this year, and I'm not quite over that. I can't lose another one. So when I'm done here, I do want to finish the book I started, but I also want to watch a couple movies. I went to vacuum today and it wasn't sucking up anything, and you could hear like air. I'm going, what's wrong with my vacuum cleaner? It's only a year old, maybe 2, but I think it's just a year old. And so Scott came home and he took it apart, and he's looking at it. He goes, I can hear the air, and he's telling me where he can hear it. And so he took it all the way apart, and we found a couple areas where there is more filters, and they were like filthy. I'm like, oh my gosh. So he says, didn't you clean them? I said, I didn't know they were there. He goes, didn't you read the book? I said, it's a vacuum cleaner. I just wanted it to vacuum. I said, you're the maintenance man. So he just shook his head and he cleaned the filters all out. I knew where the one filter was. I didn't realize there were more. So he washed them, and they're out drying on the porch in the sunlight. I said, well, now I know. I always tell him when there's something wrong. Here, can you fix this? Because he took it apart and checked the hose and everything, and nothing was plugged up. Yeah. Surprised he wasn't yelling at me. He doesn't yell at me. He'll just shake his head and roll his eyes. I told him, you're the maintenance man. So the next couple months, I may not read as many books as I was, just so I can get the DVR movies watched. Plus General Hospital's been back on, so I watch that every night. Okay, when I put that in, that one slid. So I'll get them later over there. They don't need to be checkerboard. So my sugar was good today. Thank God. I'm like, but I'm eating the way I'm supposed to be. Except for the day I had the ear of corn. But hey, it's not like I have it every day. Yeah. I made a bunch of videos today. I did a couple flip throughs, which you'll see this weekend. I did a review for some gel pens. I did, what else did I do? I did a planner review. I have more flip throughs to do, and I have some unboxings. But I already know that I'm not babysitting for a few months, so I have plenty of time. I do have more flip throughs to do. Figured if I do a few every day, that'll be good. So, anybody know when Supernatural or Grey's Anatomy comes back on? I know that Grey's Anatomy said that they are going to have the pandemic in their storyline. And that I'm sure Supernatural is only on for a few episodes because they were almost done for the series finale when it had to go off the air. So I don't think that they're doing a full season, because last season was supposed to be the last season. I have the hiccups. Sorry about that. Oops. And I'm waiting for Chesapeake Shore to come on Hallmark on Sunday nights. And that always comes on in August. So I might have to go look up Hallmark online and see if they have a date for the season premiere. Otherwise, I don't have any more TV shows. Oh yeah, This Is Us on Sunday nights. Or Tuesday nights, I mean. Yep. I'm just sitting here thinking about her surgery, and sitting here also excited about the internet. So just keep Miss Ruby in your prayers. Maybe she'll come back in here when I do videos, because she used to. When I first started doing live streams and videos, she would come in here. She hasn't in a long time. Oh, and then also I was telling them about, the flea medicine not really working anymore. And so Dr. K says, well, my philosophy always has been, when it's not working anymore, you switch. So I said, okay, so what is another brand that you recommend? Because I was using, was it Advanix or Advantage? So she gave me, well, she didn't give me, I had to pay for it, a box called Easy Spot. And I did look that up, and Amazon sells it. So I will be able to get it. And I noticed Pearl has 3 bites on her neck. Must be from the fleas. But I was surprised Ruby didn't have any. So maybe the flea medicine was working for her and I didn't think it was. But that's okay, because that's all we've used on them for years. So it will be nice to try a different medicine. Poor Ruby. This is Dylan said. He goes, I can't believe if she's sick, you wouldn't know it, because when he comes over here, she goes running up to him and she wants to be loved. They said, I know, that's what I told the vet. So he must have caught it on time, right at the beginning. And they did give her a steroid shot and an antibiotic. While we were there, and it must be working, because she doesn't seem as irritated, and it's not as red, so the area on her stomach is looking better. So the steroid and the antibiotics helped. I just wish pets could tell you what's wrong with them. Well, I've been on here an hour. You guys are probably saying, okay, I'm bored. Are you done? So, who's ready for the live streams again? I know I am. Tuesday, I had dinner at Dylan's house. I go over and have dinner with them once a week, just so I get out of the house and I can still see them. So I took over a couple pieces of salmon, a couple pieces of haddock, and a couple pieces of sway, S-W-A-I. AI, and he had some steak, and that's what we had for dinner. So, like, yes. And we watched Medea Goes to Jail, because I have not watched a Medea movie. And Dylan's like, what? What do you mean you haven't watched a Medea movie? I said, I haven't. So we watched Medea Goes to Jail. That was good. I liked it. I would watch the rest of them. I want to watch the Medea Halloween ones. Okay, I probably should say goodbye, huh? I'm just busy sitting here doing this checkerboard. Okay, going to pour this in here, and I will, what do I do with that? Oh, right here. Cover this back up, and these are here. 700. I'll remember. Maybe. Thank you for watching and listening to me ramble. I love you guys, and I will talk to you later. Bye bye.